you all back here again. Welcome to our regularly scheduled October 26, 2022 meeting of the San Francisco Democratic County Central Committee. My name is Honey Mahogany and I am chair of the San Francisco Democratic Party, and I am now calling this meeting to order. Once again, welcome back, Democrats. I just want to give a shout out to Vice Chair Galata, who's at the Keep It Blue office, clearly in the Castro phone banking for democracy and for Democrats all across the country. Thank you for holding it down, Vice Chair Galata. And we are now entering our regularly scheduled meeting. We don't have a crazy agenda. There are a couple of things that we will need to fix. But before we do that, why don't we go ahead and call the roll? Madam Recording Secretary, are you ready to call the roll?
Yes, sorry, I am. All right. Thank you, Chair Mahogany. All right, for roll call, Member Avalos.
Present.
Member Baraka.
Here.
Member Barry.
Present.
Member Campos. Member Chen is excused. Member Dufty, the proxy, is you, Peter.
Present by proxy, yes.
Thank you. Member Galata.
Present.
Member Ibanez.
Very proxy for Ibanez.
Thank you. Member Kim. Member Lacroix. Member Lee.
Present.
Oh, thank you, Leah. Member Lee here. Member Loftus is excused. Member Lovett.
Here.
I got you. Chair Mahogany. Member Mandelman.
Present by proxy.
Members Mar and Maliga are excused. Member Morales.
Here.
Thank you. Member Raju.
Zaki here is proxy.
Thank you. Member Ronan.
Santiago, proxy for Ronan.
Thank you. Member Thomas.
Present.
Member Tong.
Here.
Member Williams. Member Zhou. Member Feinstein.
Jim Lazarus here proxy tonight.
Thank you, Jim. Member Pelosi. Member Spear.
Here by proxy.
Member Kounalakis is excused. Member Ma. Member Cohen.
Steve Emron here, present by proxy.
Thank you. Member Weiner. Member Haney. Member Ting. All right. If you do get here, just please note it in chat. Chair, we have 19 present, so we have quorum.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Recording Secretary Lee. We will now go on to the approval of the meeting agenda. Members, you should have the 72-hour agenda before you, and we've had a few additional agenda items. But before we do that, I just want to note for public comment, it says we have 1 minute allocated. It should be 2 minutes. So we do have 2 minutes allocated for public comment today. I'd like to make that amendment to the agenda. And in addition, we have two items that were submitted on the 72-hour agenda. The first is item number 10, a resolution urging the Honorable Gavin Newsom, Governor of California, to grant Salesh Prasad a full pardon, sponsored by Vice Chair Lee. And a second is a resolution commending and honoring Brian Perkins for his distinguished service to the San Francisco Democratic Party. I know that as Congresswoman Jackie Spear is retiring, we are also losing Mr. Perkins to this body. And so we just wanted to honor his years of service tonight. Are there any other amendments to the agenda? Recording Secretary Lee.
I have no other amendments. I just want to make a quick note about the additional resolution. This is pretty straightforward. I'm hoping y'all feel comfortable in adding it. It's just requesting a governor to add a pardon slash Prasad. There was just like a mix up of why it was on the 72-hour and not the 10 days. So that was my mistake. And given it's the last meeting of the year, I would support this and would move the approval of the agenda with the changes that Chair Mahogany has noted.
Thank you for
Second.
that. And thank you, seconded by Member Thomas.
Chair, Just wanted to note one small typo. There isn't an item 7 listed. That was just a typo. It goes 6, there's no 7, and then it goes 8, 9, 10. So just wanted to note that.
Okay, we can also make that change. All right, are there any other comments? Okay, seeing no other further amendments, there has been a motion and a second to amend the agenda and approve with those amendments. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed? Any abstentions? All right, the agenda is approved as amended. Thank you, Democrats. We'll now move on to the approval of the meeting minutes, which is item number 3. I did speak with Recording Secretary Lee and our executive director, and I just want to note that we did receive the meeting minutes from this last month, but we are still working on the 2 prior months. And so at this point, we will endeavor to get those all in by next month. And I would propose having a motion to table this item until the following meeting. Is there anyone who'd like to make that motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Member Thomas. Is there a second? Member Barry, thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, thank you. We have approved item number 3, and we will be tabling the approval of the meeting minutes until the following meeting. Item number 4 is general public comment. And just a reminder, each individual will have 2 minutes to do general public comments. This is an opportunity for the public to engage with us as members of the Democratic Party and speak on any of the items of interest on the agenda. And so for this portion, I will turn it over now to our, before I turn it over to our executive director, I see Member Barry has a hand raised. Member Barry, do you have a comment?
Yes, Chair. I just want to know if you could please ask the public to not use so many F-bombs tonight. I have a 5-year-old.
Okay, yes. If we, out of respect for the 5-year-old that is in the room with Member Barry, if we can please limit the number of F-bombs. Cussing or other words, that would be much appreciated. Respecting everyone's freedom of speech, just this is a request. With that, I will turn this portion of the meeting over to our executive director, Moises Garcia.
Great. Thank you, Chair. If you would like to make public comment, please use the raise hand function, which can be found at the bottom of your Zoom screen. If you are listening to this meeting via your phone, please dial *9 to enter the queue. If you encounter any difficulties, please send an email to info@sfdemocrats.org. Each member of the public will have 2 minutes to address the SFDCCC. Associate SFDCCC members have floor privileges and may exceed the 2-minute time limit. I will promote folks in the order that I see your hands raised, and thank you in advance for your patience. Great. With that, I'm going to promote Jordan Davis, Joshua Ochoa, and Carolyn Goosen in that order. Please go ahead, Jordan Davis.
Evening, everybody. First off, this is a public meeting, so you can't engage in any form of censorship. I've had to yell at the school board about that, and the Board of Supervisors damn well knows that you can't censor this. But on more important stuff, as you probably know, there's been a lot of bigotry in the that bigotry does exist within the Democratic Party. And I've been seeing what's been going on down in LA, where even like the Democratic establishment is asking those 2 council members to resign for all that like racist and sexist and anti-Semitic and misogynistic bullshit. Anyway, but of course we're having our own problems here. Mayor Breed basically called Hondurans drug dealers as an attack on the Latina community. Aaron Peskin is a really well-known transphobe. Also, Ann Chu is still on the school board despite calling Black, brown, and disabled kids riffraff. I think there's a real disconnect right here because people are, politicos in San Francisco are basically saying all these horrible, horrible things, and yet nothing is being done about it. There's no meeting shutdowns like in LA. People need to really get their act together. People really need to condemn all this bigotry that's happening. Also, I do want to address the resolution around Brooke Jenkins policies. They totally suck and they should not be allowed. And I'm glad that this board vote supported John Hamasaki. Also, fuck Prop C. I yield my time. Fuck you.
Thank you for your comments. Next is Joshua Ochoa.
Yes, can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, please go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. It's Joshua Ochoa here. Hope everyone's having a good night. I know it's just the beginning of the meeting, but I really wanted to speak for a moment on the DA Jenkins resolution. I'm on the board of San Francisco Young Democrats as the PAC co-chair, and we helped write this letter with a lot of the members of the DCCC. And I do want to thank y'all for supporting us in this resolution. We really have seen a lot of anti-youth policies coming from the district attorney's office, including many anti-BIPOC policies. We shouldn't be putting 16 and 17-year-old kids in jail and charging them as adults. So I hope that you all will support this resolution. We have a very important election ahead of us, and I believe that we need a district attorney who is willing to listen to young people, have a conversation with young people, and really hear the community out in terms of having a better future for all of us. On a second note, I do want to also promote the mega mobilization that's happening this weekend on Saturday. Harvey Milk Club and the Bernie-crats are having a mobilization with a bunch of candidates in D11. So please show up. It's at 11 a.m. at Minnie and Levy Ward Park, and I'll give back the rest of my time. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Carolyn Goosen.
Hi, everyone. Carolyn Goosen. I'm calling as a member of the Harvey Milk Club. Also, I work with the Public Defender's Office, and I'm a queer mom in San Francisco. And I'm calling to thank Member Janice Lee for introducing the resolution today, number 10 on the agenda, to support the pardon for Salesh Prasad, a client of ours. Also wanted to thank Supervisor Hillary Ronan for introducing and getting unanimous passage of a resolution to support Salesh at the Board of Supervisors. Many of us are here today to support Salesh, and as you'll hear from Public Defender Raju and from Janice, he's an incredible human being who has done a lot to change his life, who has done a lot to support other immigrants and LGBT immigrants to fight for their right at a second chance and the right to stay here with their families and not be deported. And so I just urge you all to vote in support of the resolution to urge Governor Newsom for a full pardon. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments. Next up, I will promoting Gayla King, Maddie Boyd, and Alan Cooper. Please go ahead, Gayla King.
Hi, good evening. My name is Gayla King. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you can.
I'm the Regional Program Director with Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity. We're a multi-faith organization that engages the faith community and people impacted by immigration and incarceration. So we work with dozens of faith communities throughout San Francisco. I'm also calling in support of item number 10, the resolution to support the governor's pardon for Salesh Prasad. I'm also just want to lift up thanks to Vice Chair Janice Lee for introducing this resolution. Salesh Prasad, like Carolyn mentioned, is someone who is a community leader that we need back in our community. He's an amazing artist. If you haven't yet, you should see his artwork. He's a beloved uncle, a son, community leader. He's advocating inside for better policies on the outside. Unfortunately, after he was found eligible for release from prison, after demonstrating rehabilitation and remorse, he was inhumanely transferred into ICE custody, where he has been detained for almost 14 months at Golden State Annex. Salesh is one of thousands of immigrants who face this form of double punishment after they've already served their time. And we believe he should be home with us so he can bring that leadership into the community. So I urge you all to vote in support of this resolution so we can demonstrate that the San Francisco electeds and community want Salesh home. So thank you again for your consideration, and have a good evening.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Maddie Boyd.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, wonderful. Hi, my name is Maddie Boyd. I'm also calling in support of the resolution urging Governor Newsom to pardon Salesh Prasad. I work at the San Francisco Public Defender's Office, and I've had the pleasure of being Sal's attorney for about a year now. And during this time, I have gotten to know Sal as someone who is deeply thoughtful, who is very caring of others, outgoing, and courageous. I have also come to know Sal as an artist since he has shared his art with me and others in my office. Sal earned his release from prison, as Gayla mentioned, and is now subject to double punishment in the form of an indefinite sentence, second sentence in ICE detention. He needs a pardon to be released from detention and to be free as he should be. And he also needs a pardon to stop his deportation to a country he has not been to since he was 6, and where he will be persecuted as a queer person. If Sal is granted a pardon, he will be able to rejoin his family, his community, and give back to others as he hopes to do. Thank you so much for considering. I also have Sal on the phone, and he would like to give a comment.
Great. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Salesh Prasad. I want to take this time to thank you for the consideration, the resolution of my pardon. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. Pardon would mean that I will be free to go home to my family. I'm so absolutely honored to have your support. Also, for you to believe in me, it's beyond any words I can say how much this means to me.
Great. Thank you for your comments. Next up is Alan Cooper.
Hello, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to thank you, Executive Director Garcia, and my, I guess, compatriot, Honey Mahogany, who we've knocked on a lot of doors together, for allowing us to bring forward our motion against the privatization of Medicare. I'm probably the oldest person in the group, maybe. And one of the few who remembers life before Medicare. I was an intern when it passed, and I've watched the transformation of American healthcare as a result. And in particular, it has been an incredibly important thing for underserved communities by giving them access to the same healthcare as everyone else gets. You can't imagine what it was like before. I've worked in 3 county hospitals in Brooklyn, in Boston, and then here in San Francisco in my training. And during that period, I just watched the improvement of the services that everybody, all older people were receiving, but in particular those from underserved communities. And so hopefully you'll pay close attention when my colleague Kathleen Healy gives our presentation about the threat to Medicare that's underway. Thank you very much again, Director Garcia and Honey.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Alyssa O, followed by Amitish Dayal and J. Connor B. Riddle. Go ahead, Alyssa.
Hi, my name is Alyssa O'Lear. I'm a student at USF and I live and work in San Francisco. And I'm calling in support of agenda item 10 to urge Gavin Newsom to grant Salesh Prasad a full pardon. I'm calling in support of this because I believe that Sal has not only served more than enough time, but he's really truly transformed to a community activist representing and supporting people in the queer and immigrant communities. He's made incredible strides in supporting the health and wellness of communities throughout the COVID pandemic. And if we pass this, then we're a little bit closer to getting that pardon and helping to provide safety to a member of the queer community who would otherwise be persecuted if not pardoned. So thank you.
Great, thank you for your comments. Next up is, apologies, folks. Amitesh, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for taking time out of your evening. Everyone can hear me okay, yeah?
Yes, go ahead.
Excellent. Thank you. My name is Amitesh Dayal, and I am calling in regards to item number 10 in regards to Salesh Prasad and the request to be pardoned. Nobody can speak better on this subject, I think better than me, because Uncle Sal he's my uncle, and he has been for my entire life. But I know a lot of people have shared some other interesting facts about the history and everything that's going on. So I'll try and share a more personal perspective on this without telling you my whole life story, because I think I have like a minute and a half left. But in a nutshell, there was a point in my life when nobody wanted me and my siblings. And, my mom had several other siblings and nobody really wanted to step up. But Salesh was the only one who wouldn't let us be given away, basically. He fought for us and stood the test of time in terms of being in my life when I didn't really have a father figure. Somebody mentioned his artwork. I have a box full of cards that he has hand drawn for me since I was a child. I'm near 40 now and I have a beautiful family, an amazing career. And I don't think that any of that would have been possible for him being there via phone calls and letters and cards, showing his support to me and being a father figure. So for what it's worth, he's paid his time and hopefully we can move this thing along and bring him home soon. So thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Jay Connor. Please go ahead.
Hear me? I want to make sure before, because I know the Wi-Fi is breaking out here.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right, perfect. Firstly, I know I've met a few of you, and I'm pretty sure my face looks familiar, and I've helped on some of your campaigns. I just want to say that this is my first DCCC meeting, and I'm very excited that I'm going to attend a few more and continue on. Thank you for all the work you do, and those who are running, I hope to wake up on November 4th and see you guys win. I'll yield back my time.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Susan Pfeiffer. And just as a reminder for folks, Susan is an associate member and has floor privileges.
Hi, guys. I'm so glad I'm speaking after J. Connor B., better known as Julian, because I am sitting at the the Nancy Pelosi Keep It Blue and 22 phone bank office that is sponsored by the DCCC. Julian, who just spoke, is the only person on this Zoom tonight who has been coming in regularly to make phone calls. He has been coming in a lot. The rest of you, I know you've been working hard on the local elections, but we're not seeing you. There's 10 people in here making calls now, but you are sponsoring the phone banks. And I would really like to see some of you in making calls, because if we don't win, if we don't hold the House, Nancy Pelosi will no longer be speaker. And if we don't get the extra 2 senators, well, if we don't hold the House, nothing will happen for the next 2 years. And then if the Republicans use that against us and sweep in 2024, it's game over for women's reproductive rights, voting rights, the environment, et cetera. So the city of San Francisco will take care of itself, but we have a mission to hold the House and add to in the Senate. So this is my plea, begging you to come in to see us. We're open Monday through Friday from 5 to 8, and Saturdays from 10 to 4, and Sundays from 11 to 5. If you're door knocking on the weekend, maybe you can come at the end of your shift, bring your laptop or computer or tablet and your phone and earbuds. We have some small tablets we can loan you as long as you have your phone. We have earbuds we can loan you, but let's get in this together and let's win. Sorry to be harsh, but that's my job. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Jonathan Partridge, followed by Mary McDivitt and Liga and Joyzon. Please go ahead, Jonathan.
All right. Well, thank you so much. My name is Jonathan Partridge. I am with the Episcopal Diocese of San Joaquin in the Central Valley, and urge the support of Resolution 10 and support of the pardon for Sal Prasad. I've gotten to know Sal a bit through my role with the diocese, and he is an incredible human being. As has already been mentioned, he's thoughtful, he's kind, he's artistic. He's an inspiration, quite frankly. And the fact that he served his sentence and then was hoping to be reunited with his family, and then was transferred to ICE and potentially could be deported to a place where he's going to be facing persecution because of his queer identity. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for him. It's not acceptable for anyone. With the diocese, we're completely opposed to these types of transfers, which are specifically targeting immigrants, and urge that you would support this resolution. Actually, here in Stanislaus County, or the Stanislaus County DCC also passed a similar resolution within the past month or so, and would urge your support for this as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Mary McDivitt. Please go ahead.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Mary McDevitt, and I'm a retired internist and pulmonary physician. My practice days were in San Francisco, but now I live in the town of Sonoma. And I'm calling in support of the resolution to stop the privatization of traditional Medicare. I am also secretary of the Sonoma Valley Democratic Club here in Sonoma, and also chair of the Napa Sonoma Physicians for a National Health Program. This resolution is very important because if the profit motive of Wall Street and equity companies that are getting into traditional Medicare is not stopped, there may be no Medicare when you people are at the age that you need it. So I really urge you to support this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Ligia. Apologies. You're on mute.
Hi, good evening. My name is Ligia Montano, and I'm here also to support the resolution to stop the privatization of Medicare, the traditional Medicare, and and don't allow these corporations to benefit from our health, in general, especially for seniors and people with disabilities. So please support this and tell them no. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Joyzon.
Hello. Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joy Zahn, and I am the co-president of San Francisco Young Democrats. I'm calling in about item 9, the resolution in opposition to District Attorney Brooke Jenkins' policies, which is submitted by SFYD. I urge all of you to vote in support of this resolution and join the youth of San Francisco in condemning the DA and the DA's office. And their anti-youth policies, because let's make two things clear. First, anyone under 17 is not an adult. The lack of alternatives to incarcerating youth would be a failure of both the district attorney's leadership and efforts toward justice reform. And second, like San Francisco cannot and must not incarcerate its way out of poverty, systemic racism, or a public health crisis. And just remember that you were all youth at some point, and some of y'all also have children, so reach into that feeling and thought and stand with our coalition, vote in support of this resolution to move towards a more just, fair, and compassionate juvenile justice system that focuses on our rehabilitation and community solutions. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next up is Suzanne Merlick.
Thank you so much. And I apologize for my hand going up and down. I'm just trying to figure this out. So my name is Suzanne Merlick, and I'm here as a member of Calvary Presbyterian Church and our Living Sanctuary team, also calling in support of a resolution on item 10, urging Governor Newsom to pardon Sal Prasad. Calvary Church is committed to our faith tradition that guides us to do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with our God. Our organization strongly believes that all people, including Sal, have the power for rehabilitation and deserve a second chance to be a contributing member of our community. In addition, we believe sexual abuse survivors like Sal deserve our compassion and support, not further imprisonment. Sal has served 27 years in state prison and merits release into the care of our community here in San Francisco. His personal growth, as you've heard from so many wonderful people attesting to it, and his community service since his incarceration clearly demonstrates he would not be a danger at all, but would be an invaluable resource for our community. So thank you. And on behalf of Calvary's Living Sanctuary team, I respectfully urge all of you to pass this resolution, urging Governor Newsom to pardon Sal. Thank you so much for listening.
Executive Director Garcia, you're muted.
Thank you, Chair. That exhausts the list of folks with their hands raised, but if folks have joined late, if you would like to make public comment, please use the raise hand function, which can be found at the bottom of your Zoom screen. If you're listening to this meeting via your phone, please dial *9 to enter the queue. Each member will have 2 minutes to address the SFDCCC. Chair, there are no more hands raised at this point.
Great. Thank you so much, Director Garcia. Public comment is now closed, and we will now move on to item number 5, reports. So these are reports from all of our DCCC members and officers who've been working on behalf of the party. I, as chair of the party, will go first. Just briefly, Democrats, we've had a very busy past few weeks. I know I've seen many of you at mobilizations for various propositions and also elected candidates. And I know many of you have also been attending the phone banks at the Keep It Blue office and various events. We have 2 more weeks left until this election is over. And as Susan Pfeiffer already said, there is a lot at stake, both nationally and locally. So I just want to thank all of the members who have been involved, whether it be locally or nationally, in getting out the vote, in advocating for your chosen candidates and issues. And we have 2 more weeks to really double down and get to work. So I want to thank everyone who has been working on behalf of the party. Special shout out, of course, to Vice Chair Collada, who I'm sure will give us more of a report on the Keep It Blue office. Special shout out also to our treasurer, Carolina Morales, member Thomas, our executive director, Moises Garcia, and I can't remember if I'm forgetting anyone. I think that's it though, who's working on our slate mailer program to get out our, to support our endorsed candidates. And to everyone who, and especially to member Vice Chair Lovett, who has also been really helping maintain our internship program, which has been really integral to the Keep It Blue headquarters. So again, thanks to everyone, and I will yield the rest of my time for the other reports. So up next, we have a report from our outreach chair, Vice Chair Lacroix.
Hi, yes, happy DCCC Wednesday, everyone. I just wanted to come in and share a few mobilizations that we have coming up between now and Election Day. But first, I wanted to echo some of the sentiment that Susan Pfeiffer had brought up. It's such a important time right now, both locally and statewide and nationally. And I think it's just the ask of all of us is to kind of divide our attentions a little bit between things that are going on locally in the campaigns, Democratic Party endorsed and other chosen campaigns that we want to and are actively working on, but also just think of like the larger picture of what's happening nationally. I don't want to steal too much from Vice Chair Galata's report, but just wanting to urge everyone, as I am talking about other mobilizations, to schedule in time to go to the Keep It Blue office, even if it's for an hour or so a week, or on your break, or after work or whatever. Just make that a priority. But in addition to that, we have quite a few, about 7 mobilizations happening between now and Election Day from our endorsed candidates. And the first one that's coming up after this meeting is, in fact, tomorrow, Thursday, December 27th. Supervisor Walton is hosting a rally and lit drop at 5 p.m. at Bayview Playground. I believe this information has already been shared out with everyone, but I just wanted to reiterate again, it's tomorrow, 5 p.m. at Bayview Playground. And as well, this Saturday, out in District 4 in the Sunset, there is a mobilization taking place at 10 a.m. at 1516 Noriega, which is Supervisor Marr's headquarters for his campaign. Again, that's Saturday, the 29th, at 1516 Noriega, 10 a.m. We have so much more in store. And one thing that we do ask is, if you are doing a mobilization and you want to wear something super cool, we ask you to wear your blue DCCC shirts, just so that we're showing up with our DCCC hats on. If you need a shirt, I know a great place you can get it, which is the Keep It Blue headquarters at 541 Castro. So you can schedule in your time to phone bank with Susan and the rest of us and get your DCCC shirt, take photos, and I'll just say take pictures, stretch, hydrate, and get things done. But again, there's so much happening. The rest will be and this Saturday for sure. And you'll be contacted about the rest. And I'll keep that with my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Lacroix, and thank you for all your work getting folks to get out and participate in our democracy. With that, we'll move on to voter registration with Vice Chair Baraka.
Hello, everyone. My report will be short today. I know a few people have reached out to me regarding various events. I've had to pull back. I'm sorry, I've been out on work-related injury since July. So I'm healing well though, but I haven't been able to be 100%. So I'm sorry I haven't been able to get out there as often as I'd like, but I'll be back in the game real soon. I want to also thank the Milk Club for having a voter registration event about 2 weeks ago, I think it was. 18th and Castro. Thank you, Tab, for organizing that. And don't forget, even though regular registration expired as of this past Monday, we have same-day registration here in California. So if you'd like to register to vote, you can do so up to and including the day of, Election Day. either at the polling place, city hall, or voting centers. If you've changed your name or if you'd like to change your party affiliation, you need to re-register. Okay, that is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Baraka. We will now move on to skip club chartering. I believe we actually, that club needed an extension, so we'll pick that up at the next meeting. And we'll move on to issues and resolutions. Vice Chair Levitt.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. Yeah, over these past weeks, I've been supporting our endorsed local candidates and ballot measures, and encourage everyone to do that as well with dropping lit on, and I've been doing that on the West Side, making phone calls and helping with scripts. Just want to give a shout out for our mailer. Oh, you know what? This is so funny. This is blurred, but you can see this is our official Democratic Party mailer. Thanks to Zoom, it blurs everything, but there are beautiful faces inside for all our endorsed candidates. Well, please do not recycle that. And if you are going to keep any piece of mail from the flood that you receive, it is the official San Francisco Democratic Party endorsement. So seriously, it's been great to work with members Thomas, LaCroix, and Galata, and our director Garcia to rally folks to the events that Vice Chair LaCroix has told you about. And we will have more in the days leading up to November 8th. I want to dial in on Keep It Blue. It's about the midterm elections. It has national importance. I just talked to an Arizona Democrat tonight who wanted to talk, and she educated me further about the demise of Roe versus Wade, about the Trump era separation of migrant families and how that's just been cynically exploited. And you know, I've been at these phone banks dialing remotely because it's hard when you hear people hang up on you, right? But for maybe the 10 that you don't reach, there's going to be one person that cares, and they're going to rally their community, their family members. And so we have an opportunity to step up and do this phone bank for critical races. So when you're out there at Keep It Blue, you're helping to defend Josh Harder's congressional seat in the Central Valley, and also other contested seats, Rudy Salas in Bakersfield, Mark Kelly in Arizona, and Catherine Cortez Maestro in Nevada. So this is really important. I've been reading today that the polls are just tied neck and neck for Arizona Congressman Mark Kelly and his Republican challenger. And if you think it's okay to have Mark Kelly lose by a hair to a venture capitalist and give Republicans the reins in the Senate, then you don't need to help make calls. And if you think it's not a problem for Republicans to control the House again, for Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia to be in the GOP spotlight, then you don't need to help make calls. Read about Greene in the New York Times. She should have stayed way in the margins as she first started 2 years ago for spouting QAnon delusions, for bashing undocumented Americans, for bashing transgender people, and also abortion providers. The list goes on. And of course, for defending Trump and the January 6th rioters. So get out there. And if you think I'm guilt tripping, no, I'm showing pride and faith that the Democratic Party can pull together and keep our majority in the House with Speaker Pelosi at the helm and keep our hold on the Senate. So sign up for a phone bank today. Easiest way is to go to sfdemocrats.org. It's at 541 Castro, amazing site. So go keep it, let's keep it blue. And the mic back.
Thank you, Vice Chair Levitt. We'll now move on to partnerships with Vice Chair Galata.
Thanks, Chair Mahogany. Hi, everybody. And thank you, Vice Chair Levitt and other colleagues for your comments and support of Keep It Blue. I am here at the HQ. There's a lot of really great energy here tonight. It is one of the busiest that I've seen in recent weeks. We had a number of walk-ins. We had over 10 volunteers on calls. The bells have been ringing. You'll probably hear a few go off in the background. Susan and Shannon have been helping folks get trained, and we are making those calls. Here's Susan right now. And it's just such good energy here. And of course, we need you. We would love to see you here. Come down, get a t-shirt. There's candy. Tonight there was pizza. You have your own bell. The Wi-Fi is great. It's a well-running machine over here. And also I want to acknowledge Ishan was here tonight, one of our Sue Bierman High School fellows making calls. Former Supervisor Carol Ruth Silver was in the house tonight, also making calls, has been showing up. I know Member Levitt was making calls from home. Edie Garcia has been here. A number of clubs have also hosted, United Democratic Club, the Alice B. Toklas Club. And I'm going to talk just briefly about some of the events we have on the books for the next few weeks as well. Momentum is building. Urgency is clear. We've got really some work to do in these next 2 weeks as these races are really coming into focus, and we know that it's really looking like it's going to be close. And so we really need to do everything we can. I similarly spoke to a 91-year-old voter tonight in Arizona who wasn't sure she was going to vote for Democrats, but was concerned that this might be one of the last elections she votes in and wanted her vote to count to protect our democracy, and was just appalled about the attack on our Capitol on January 6th. So for her, she needed that confirmation call to know that, she's making the right choice in voting for Mark Kelly. So these are the real conversations, as Member Levitt was mentioning, that we're having on the phone. So it is time well spent. It's easy just to come down, even if you don't have much time. You don't have to spend, hours on end here. Of course you can. We would love if you could. But even just dropping in for an hour, it makes a difference. So as Susan mentioned, the office is open 6 days a week, soon to be 7. So literally every day during Monday to Friday evenings, 5 to 8, and then Saturday and Sunday during the day. So the DCCC, we're helping to coordinate a few additional kind of specific affinity group nights so that we can bring folks in and just help with some turnout here at the office. So I wanted just to flag 2 events. One, tomorrow evening, which I know we also had their Supervisor Walton's re-election event that Vice Chair Lacroix mentioned, but we're also hosting a bilingual Spanish language phone bank here at the Keep It Blue headquarters from 5 to 8. That is being hosted by Sarah Souza, former SFDCCC member and state party delegate. So we're hoping to have folks here who can help make calls in Spanish, particularly to the Central Valley, to Rudy Salas, who's running for Congress. We also have an LGBTQ community phone bank night on the books for next Thursday, November 3rd, also from 5 to 8. It's co-hosted by Supervisor Mandelman, Alice B. Toklas, and Harvey Milk Club. Yes, so that's also going to be a great fun night to come down if you haven't yet and want to join for either of those phone banks. And we're hoping to see if we can schedule a few more. So if folks are interested in getting co-hosting any of those existing events or want to help organize something in the next 2 weeks, it is not too late. Please know, it is not too late. So let me know, we'll make it happen. And would love your help just really amplifying these opportunities. I know all of you with your networks, friends and family, your supporters and constituencies would really help if you can just share information about the HQ and the phone banks that are happening here. I'm going to drop the Mobilize link. That is the central link that you need to promote all of the phone banks happening here, and folks can sign up for multiple phone banks through that one link. So I'm going to drop it into the chat now and just ask for folks' help just pushing out. And yes, thank you, Secretary Lee, for helping to potentially organize an AAPI phone bank as well in the next 2 weeks. So hopefully we can get that one scheduled. So thank you all. Appreciate it. Hear those bells going. We're coming here, and just thanks everyone. Hope to see you here, and appreciate everyone's support in this home stretch.
Thank you, Vice Chair Galata. We'll now move on to a report from our Treasurer, Treasurer Morales.
Good evening, everybody. It's been really wonderful to have some cash come in, especially after the pandemic really put a really bad light into our finances, and we weren't able to be in person. And I think that really hurt our fundraising efforts. And so I have great news for you all. And even though we have a lot of money also coming out, given our very robust mail program, we have the funds to cover it. So right now we have in our federal account about $37,000 cash on hand, and in our state account, $235,000. However, we do have about $222,000 that are going to be coming out in accounts payable between, the end of this month and next month to cover all of our expenses. So that's my financial report. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Treasurer Morales. We'll now move on to our committee reports, including someone who can talk about how we are spending some of that money, our fundraising chair, Member Thomas. And Member Thomas, would you also be able to give us an update on the Slate Mail program as well?
Certainly. Thank you, Chair Mahogany. And also, just before jumping in, I just want to say it's been fun working under the leadership of Vice Chairs Lacroix, Lovett, and Galata with the GOTV efforts, just seeing all the different events they've been able to put together and organize. And I second everything they said about coming out. There's opportunities for state, local, national. Please sign up for some of these shifts. It's great. I second everything they said. In terms of fundraising, I'd like to give a final report back on some of our fundraising efforts for the year. First, we've gotten some of the final numbers for the Honoring Jackie Spear Gala. We're proud to announce that we hit the same net proceeds to match the Nancy Pelosi event from several years ago. Some of you might remember. It's been really fortunate to see our very first in-person fundraiser post-COVID, and we've gotten a lot of good feedback on how it went. But one of the great things about that fundraiser was that we were able to do it really lean. So we were able to make sure that the costs were very affordable while still making sure we did quality wages, all labor work, organized labor providers and all. So we're really happy and fortunate with that. Big shout outs to the organizing committee there and all the work that was put in to get that through. Moving on to some of the fundraising, we didn't stop there. We just went straight into continuing call time into the election season. And in addition to the $100,000 in proceeds from the gala, we've also been able to raise about $250,000 between the gala and now to help bolster all of our efforts going into election season. I want to give a big shout out to Vice Chairs Ibanez and Treasurer Morales and our Executive Director Moises Garcia for the tremendous amount of work. Obviously, raising that much money is a lot of work. It's also a lot of work for Executive Director Garcia to chase all those checks and make sure that folks actually pay up on their commitments. So I want to give a big shout outs there. We have definitely deployed this money very strategically. We used as a model some of the mail programs of the past that have been really effective from the DCCC and made strategic directions based upon the data we've been getting for voter turnout this cycle, which we actually anticipate to be a little bit higher than normal for these sorts of elections. Through that, there'll be hundreds of thousands of households hit, numerous pieces targeting different Democratic members around key issues or candidates. We're really happy to see how strategic we've been able to be in terms of targeting the money to be most effective. In terms of overall fundraising through the end of the year, we are well over $500,000 through all of the fundraising efforts that we've been able to do coming out of COVID and putting the party in a strong position going into the new year. The final mail piece has already hit the printer and will be hitting doors shortly. We do know that a great deal of people have still not voted. I'm sure a lot of the folks on this meeting are still sitting on their ballot somewhere in their apartment and haven't yet filed it. So you're not alone. People are waiting to vote. So we do have our final round of mail pieces hitting those late voters. So you may see some of those popping into your mailboxes soon. And with that, I'll hand it off to the next report.
Okay, I think that would be me.
yes,
I'm
go ahead.
speaking on the intern program. So our interns are going strong and they're really holding down the Keep It Blue phone banks. We are grateful to Team Pelosi for making it possible to pay our interns both summer and fall. And the great news is that our interns for the fall, Ishan Bhattacharya and Sean Hale, are planning to stay on beyond the elections and the original sort of mid-November end of internship. They are busy with school, but they have been super engaged. I have started to meet with them about the policy areas they're interested in, specifically educational equity for Ishan and housing issues and homelessness for Sean. Skylar Holmgren Lee, who was her summer intern, continues to show up at the phone banks. And so she too may be interested. And I was talking with Edie Garcia today, and we definitely need to add capacity. As you know, because his name comes up so much, he is really the glue for the work that we do in the SF Democratic Party. It's amazing that we've all pulled together, especially with the fundraising, with all the GeoTV efforts. But we need somebody to do the work and also amplify communications. So this is a really exciting prospect of having our interns stay on longer and hopefully, beyond this year into next school year, just working with their schedules and with ours. So that's my report, and I'll hand it back to Chair Mahogany.
Thank you, Vice Chair Levitt. We'll now go on to a report from our very hardworking Executive Director, Moises Garcia.
Thank you, Chair. Just have a few things to report back, which will hopefully be celebratory. We are planning to host a election night watch party at Oasis. We're just finalizing details on that. And then because of the tremendous success of last year's Holidays Are a Drag event, we want to continue that event again this year. And that last year it was a really successful fundraiser. This year, we want to make it both a celebratory experience and also a volunteer appreciation for all the hard work that's been done this past year. And so we've already identified a couple underwriters for that event. So I want to thank New Deal advisors, as well as some folks affiliated with the No on 26 campaign for underwriting this event for us. And the date on that event will be December 7th, and again, it'll be at Oasis. So I hope to see you all there, and we'll get details. I will get details out soon to you. And then also wanted to plug a couple events that are coming up that haven't been mentioned yet. On Friday, the Yes on L folks will have a rally at City Hall. So I'll send that information out. And then also wanted to call out that the California Democratic Party, they have a college fellow at University of San Francisco, and they're going to be hosting a Yes on One rally on Monday. So I'll get that out to folks as well to be able to, if they're able to attend. That'd be wonderful. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Director Garcia. We will now move on to our next item, which is a report from CDP Region 6 Director Henny Kelly.
Excuse me, Chair. Sorry, she was not available this evening, but I will follow up with her to get a report out on a recent Region 6 meeting that happened a couple Mondays ago, just so that folks are aware, unless they were able to, if they missed that meeting, and then also just to let folks know that Henny is already working on the upcoming ADEM elections, which will be happening in, I think, late January, if not early February. So just putting that on folks' radars that those are coming up. And we will circulate information as we get more information.
All right. Thank you, Director Garcia. With that, we've concluded our reports, and we'll be moving on to item number 6 on our agenda, which is a presentation on Medicare privatization. I believe we have a presenter for this, Dr. Kathleen Healy, and potentially Dr. Alan Cooper as well. Members, we wanted to include this on the agenda after several conversations between both Dr. Cooper and also conversations I'd had with other healthcare providers who are really concerned about the effort to privatize Medicare, which is, something that many people across this country, especially our most vulnerable seniors, rely on. And so a presentation on this by Dr. Kathleen Healy, I thought would be educational, so that we could make an informed decision on what kind of a stance we should take on this. So thank you, Dr. Healy, for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for allowing us to talk to your group, Chair Mahogany and Director Garcia. And is it possible for me to share screen to show a few slides, Mr. Garcia?
Yes, you're now a co-host. You should have those privileges.
All right, thank you. Yes. All right. Okay, I represent the Physicians for a National Health Program, as well as the movement to end the privatization of Medicare. And to understand what's happening with Medicare, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what Medicare is, because a lot of you are not of the age where you have Medicare. So when you qualify for Medicare and you're either 65 years old or disabled or have renal failure, you get to choose what type of Medicare program you want. Traditional Medicare, which has been around since about 1965, or Medicare Advantage. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of ads for that. And this is the difference between the two. Traditional Medicare, you see your physician, you and your physician come up with a treatment plan, the physician orders it, you don't need any authorizations, you just go get it done. The physician sends a bill to the government and is paid for their time. In ACO REACH or Medicare Advantage, there's an insurance company that's a middleman, and that functions more like an HMO does. And the government gives the middleman a certain amount of money to care for you every year. It's usually around $10,000 to $12,000. And if you need care, the money is spent. If you don't need the care, the money is pocketed. And that's called capitation, when the middleman receives a certain amount of money for your care every month for a year. So ACO REACH is a program that's similar to Medicare Advantage, but a little bit different. And it was developed by the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Innovation, which is an agency within Medicare itself. And it has the power to develop pilot programs to save Medicare money and hopefully maintain good quality of care, and then scale them up to just about any size. And they have no congressional oversight, and they can do this with no congressional approval. And in terms of approving what groups qualify to invest in ACO REACH, that is also just done within CMMI and does not involve a Congress or any oversight. So late in the Trump administration, the CMMI developed this ACO REACH program. It was initially called Direct Contracting Entities, but now it's called ACO REACH. And it was a way to manage seniors' care and further privatize Medicare. So virtually any type of company, regardless of any healthcare experience, can apply to be a REACH entity, including a lot of commercial venture capitalist investors. So they're very interested in this. And the reason that so many of them are flocking to invest in this ACO REACH program means that they expect to earn a lot of money from this program. How will they make money from it? We're going to go over this. They will maximize revenue from Medicare. They'll minimize the amount they spend on patient care, and they'll enroll more beneficiaries. So how do they maximize their money from Medicare? Well, they make seniors look sicker than they are because the government will pay them more for a patient who has a lot of medical problems than they would for a patient who is relatively healthy. This is called upcoding. And Medicare Advantage programs have been engaging in this since they were first developed. A nurse may come to your home, take a history from you when you first sign up. Do you have ringing in your ears? Does your back hurt in the morning? You say yes to these, they write down a code. And each code translates into a score, which translates into more money from the government. So if you can see that if they, depending on how they score this, can result in a lot more money being paid for that patient every year. And there's been a lot of scandals related to this currently. The Department of Justice has a $1 billion lawsuit against Kaiser. And a few years ago, Sutter settled for around $90 million for their upcoding. So upcoding fraud is very common, and there's no reason to think that ACO REACH won't engage in this as well. How else will ACO REACH programs make money? They'll spend less. So they get to keep as profit and overhead what they don't spend on medical services. And physicians will share in these savings. A physician's contract will give that doctor lower rates than current Medicare rates, but they're promised that they can share in the savings. So that means if they restrict some imaging you could have or referrals you could have, they will end up with more money at the end of the year. This is a perverse incentive for physicians. And I think it's hard for patients to trust physicians when they know that they have these incentives to withhold care so that the group can make more money. And these financial incentives do not exist in traditional Medicare. So this is the amount that is spent on overhead. In traditional Medicare, it's extremely efficient, and only 2% of the money is spent on overhead, and 98% goes to patient care. In Medicare Advantage, by law, they can save up to 15% of the money that they receive for your care. In ACO REACH, it's 25 to 40%, which is a huge amount that they can save for overhead and profit. Now, we've all worked all our lives, and money that we earn goes into the Medicare trust fund to pay for our health care. And we don't really want that money going to corporations for profit. We want that money to go to our health care. And the last way they make money is signing up more beneficiaries for it. And they don't even have to hire Joe Namath to sell these plans. What they do is if your physician or the group your physician works for becomes an ACO REACH program, you will get a letter from Medicare and the ACO REACH program that says, since you're this doctor's patient, you are automatically enrolled. So you're scooped up into this giant net of patients now who now have a third party involved in their health care without your choice. It will automatically align you. You'll get a letter that looks like this. You may not even read it. And this, of course, is if you're over 65 or a Medicare beneficiary. And there's no yes or no box. Do I want to be in one or not? You're automatically in. And the only way you can opt out is to change primary care physicians. So this undermines the choice that we make when we are 65. Most Americans still prefer to be in a traditional Medicare program, and most retired physicians choose traditional Medicare because we know that it gives us full choice of physicians, hospitals, laboratories, and that there is no one restricting us or having special panels or only certain people or hospitals that we can visit. Medicare really wants to completely privatize Medicare, and their goal is to completely privatize it by 2030. So they're going to try to increase the number of these ACO REACH plans and other programs like Medicare Advantage and ACO, and do away with traditional Medicare, which we have enjoyed since 1965. A lot of congressmen and congresswomen had never heard of ACO REACH, but in January, their 54 members of Congress sent a letter to Health and Human Services demanding an end to the program. That's headed by Javier Becerra. Because this is not mandated by Congress, Biden could stop this with a stroke of his pen. But so far, we haven't seen any movement in that direction. This is an excerpt from a letter that was sent by Lloyd Doggett and Priscilla Jayapal and 29 other representatives, that the auto enrollment disrespects decision to enroll in traditional Medicare. There are misaligned financial incentives which may encourage denials of care. And the Medicare program as a whole has been financially strained by the profit incentives in Medicare Advantage. Medicare Advantage is more expensive than traditional Medicare, and it has been every year since it started. They called for the termination of the ACO REACH program, which unwillingly places beneficiaries in arrangements similar to Medicare Advantage. So we ask that the San Francisco Democratic County Party Central Committee oppose ACO REACH because of the loss of beneficiary choice, the incentives for physicians to withhold care, the loss of Medicare funds to excessive overhead and profit, and finally, and maybe most importantly, is the privatization of Medicare. We represent a group that is advocating for Medicare for all, a single payer solution for our broken health system. And this is now turning us into Medicare for none, because no one will have the type of Medicare program that we envision that could cover all Americans. So what can you do personally? There's a website, protectmedicare.net, that talks more about the ACO REACH program. There is a letter that was circulated, and there are a lot of labor unions and activist groups who have signed on to this movement to end the ACO REACH program. You can see some of them here. We would urge your group, the Democrats in San Francisco, to sign on as well. We have a resolution that we've circulated to your group that we would hope that you would pass. The Texas State Democratic Executive Committee passed such a resolution, and the various labor councils have also passed them, as well as cities. So we urge you to pass a resolution and work with us in trying to stop the ACO REACH program, which is scheduled to be rolled out in January of 2023. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about the ACO REACH program.
Thank you for that presentation, Dr. Healy. Perfect. We are no longer sharing screen. Members, is there anyone who has any questions? I see, also Dr. Alan Cooper, did you have a comment?
You're muted, Alan.
As I said, I'm usually better off when muted, and I think Chair Mahogany knows that as well from our campaigning. At any rate, yeah, there are a number of, Kathleen does a great job in presenting this. She's done it to lots of big groups. She's terrific. This started with George Bush and the Republican Party wanting to get rid of Medicare. That remains part of their agenda, and obviously if they take control, they will continue it. I think President Obama's idea of improving Medicare is good. There are things that could be fixed. I don't think he expected that this would happen. Our good friend, Donald Trump, and his administration realized what a great thing this would be, and they have created it. to give you a sense of how this is permeating. There's a group started in San Francisco. Now it's a national group of physicians called One Medical. It went public, acquired an insurance company, and then one of our great friends, Jeff Bezos, decided to buy the whole thing for $4 billion, which begins to give you a sense of how private equity, venture capitalists, and those who want to privatize everything and have it online, how much money they think they can make. $4 billion to buy 80 clinics. So it's a really scary thing. When Medicare started, it was amazing to watch how everybody got the same care. Anybody in Medicare can see any physician who takes Medicare money. And now to see that regress, you know who's going to get kicked out. The people who need more care, and the people who need more care tend to be those from disadvantaged backgrounds. They won't have access to good care. It is really, they call it research. The reach is an equity, but there's nothing equitable about it. It's a way to get rid of the sickest people while at the same time enriching themselves. So I really urge you to pass this resolution. And I think we sent out a fact sheet that I hope got distributed, along with many links on that fact sheet that can help you do further research in it and become crusaders to help our seniors and those with disability. Thank you very much, Director Garcia and Chairman Mahogany, for letting us talk to you and put this forward.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Member Thomas.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. First I want to thank the presenters. This is incredibly informative. And part of this is my question is that I'm just starting to familiarize with Medicare and the different services to help my folks, and not knowing how it works. So forgive if this is a pretty basic question, but I'm just trying to find out where the ACO REACH program interacts with the various Medicare parts. One of the things I'm learning about is Medicare Part A, B, et cetera. Is the ACO REACH integrated with all of them, or is it only one area of it? If you could kind of help me understand a little bit, I'd appreciate it.
The goal is to replace Part B with ACO REACH.
I see.
So everybody, Part C or Medicare Advantage, where Joe Namath drives you to the doctor, is already private. And now it would take Part B and convert it also into private for-profit medicine.
And so if right now everybody's in this selection phase between now and December, if an individual consumer wanted to ensure they weren't in the ACO REACH, they would need to, they would need to consult with, if they've been mailed a letter essentially informing them, or ask their doctor if they're under that. Is that the next step that a patient would have to?
You would have to ask your doctor if he or his group is an ACO REACH group.
I see.
Okay, so you could sign up for Part B, and if you have a physician that you like, which many people do, and that physician is not a member, then you're okay. But if they are, then you got to go find a new physician.
So a physician has to choose one side or the other, and whatever they choose, that's how it is.
And they usually don't have a choice. Okay, so if you're working for Sutter or the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, not to pick on them, I used to have a relationship with one, they all are ACO REACH now. So if you're getting your health care through the very large Sutter network, you have no choice. If you want to stay in that network, you're in ACO REACH.
Thank you.
Thank you, Member Thomas. Vice Chair Levitt.
Yeah, I have a question for Dr. Healy, because you're talking about how one gets automatically enrolled based on the physicians. I mean, is it even legal if you're looking at the fact that these physicians might be potentially profit sharing in this arrangement. Can you say more about that and potential challenges to how the structure is set up? Because it does seem very dubious. I mean, although the money probably funnels to the top, I imagine there is some promise for the actual providers and not to demonize the providers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of astounding that there is no patient choice involved in this. I mean, these are all beneficiaries who have chosen traditional Medicare because they enjoy the freedom of choice it gives. And so they will be automatically aligned or enrolled in these ACO REACH groups by just simply by who their doctor is and what group their doctor is a member of. So I think it does bring up interesting legal issues, as you suggest. I don't know that there's been any lawsuit yet. These are all poised. There are, I think, between 50 and 100 of the DCEs, which were the original groups, rolled out. The ACO REACH ones are going to be rolled out in January of 2023. There was one program that was frozen that they're not going to do anymore, and that involved enrolling everybody in a geographic area so that an entire city would be enrolled in ACO REACH, but they've canceled that. So these are smaller groups, but as Dr. Cooper said, you know, some of them are really huge entities like you know, Amazon and One Medical. So, you know, I don't know if there will be any legal challenges. We would certainly like to see these frozen before they're even rolled out, if that's at all possible.
Thank you, Vice Chair Levitt. And thank you, Dr. Healy. Dr. Cooper, did you have a further comment? I only asked because your hand is raised, but I wasn't sure.
Oh, I didn't take it down.
No
As you know, I'm not the most organized guy.
No, you're fine. Okay, I don't see any other hands from any of the members. So with that, I think I would just like to again thank our presenters for coming and speaking with us and for bringing these items forward. This is an incredibly important issue, and you know, I think it is important that the San Francisco Democratic Party weighs in on this. So thanks again. Colleagues, with that, that concludes item number 6. But I have heard that we have our CDP 6 regional director here, Henny Kelly, and I'm wondering if she would like to take a few minutes to update us.
I'm promoting her at the moment, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Hello there. It's such an exciting thing to get promoted. It's kind of hard at my age to get promoted to almost anything. I was listening to this last portion of the meeting, and I do want you to know that my organization, the California Alliance for Retired Americans, is fighting against this. This is a terrible thing. We work with people with disabilities and seniors, and it is absolutely awful. People who know nothing about medicine, people who don't give a damn about people, are going to be running these things and making a profit and really absolutely privatizing it. So I am really happy that, you know, you were talking about this and getting the information that you need. It is something that I have been working with the Speaker of the House on, and I think it is one of the biggest problems we are facing as seniors and as the people who are becoming seniors will face. So I'm real happy that you guys learned about it, and I am absolutely happy to work with anybody who wants to work on stopping this before it is really done. So that is my take on that, and I'm glad that you brought it up today and everything. But what we are looking at right now is we are going to have an executive board meeting after the elections. It'll either be a wonderful, happy executive board meeting, or we will need lots and lots of Kleenex. I'm not sure which one it will be, but I'm hoping on a happy e-board. The other thing that is coming up is very important to all of us because it is the ADEMS. And the ADEMS will be starting, the ADEMS will be voted on in January. And it is going to be done very differently than it has been done before. Basically, there will be people running. We will get out information about them. They will get out information about themselves. And everybody that applies for it will get a ballot. And then the election is held on 2 weekends, the weekend before Martin Luther King's birthday weekend and the weekend after that. Now, the last day, so there's a Saturday and Sunday. And the last Sunday is the Lunar New Year. So for Region 6, I am not doing a meeting on Lunar New Year. So we will have 3 days in which we can have a meeting, but I feel that that we shouldn't ask people when they are celebrating and visiting their loved ones in their family who have passed on, that they shouldn't be asked to even think about this. So what is going to happen is you can mail your ballots in. You can take them to any of the meetings around. If you're out of town, you can take it to some other place. And the meeting will not have any speakers because I will be sitting in a room with the convener, and it'll be like you're going to your polling place. I, of course, will have food for you, places to sit because I like you people, but it is not going to be a meeting as the way we usually did it. There will be 4 hours in the day, and that's the way that is going to be. If you have any questions about it, you can ask them now.
I have a question.
Oh, there's a question. Great.
Henny, why did we just, this is Keith Baraka. Why did we decide to get rid of the speakers? And since we're getting rid of the speakers, are there going to be other ways that folks can hear from these?
Yes, there will. Okay. And there will be all sorts of meetings that will tell people how to run. They will also, there will, I am sure, be ways that you can get a list of all the people who are running and little biographies of them. They can send out materials, but it is a trial of see if this works. And the one thing is that in like up in the north of the state, you don't have 4 different ADs. You may have 12 ADs and they're all over the place. So what they're going to do is have Dropbox places, and you can, you know, if you're visiting relatives and you're closer to one meeting than the regular one, you just go in. The interesting thing about it is the meeting will be like either 3 or 4 hours, and we do not count the votes, which is an interesting thing because, as you know, we have sometimes spent into midnight and beyond counting votes and recounting votes.
Yes, buddy. I'm on my way home. We'll be there in 15 minutes.
Oops, someone is unmuted.
So we will not count the votes. We will put them in a specific box. We will send them to the CDP, and they will be tallied by a company that will tally them. That makes it possible also for us if we get AD 17 and then AD 24 or 23, and the same thing, we separate them and they will all go to the correct place. Everything will be checked. So that makes it a little easier for the people who are going to be at the meeting working, but we will not know the answer for about a week after the election because it has to get through the mail. I'm not taking in the mail. I'm driving it down to where it goes because I want to make sure it gets there. Any other questions or?
Yes, Member Thomas has his hand raised, and then Member Barry.
Okay.
Thank you. Henny, I was sorry if I misheard you. Is there no mail-in option this time?
I said, I think there is. I think there will be a mail-in option,
okay,
a drop-off option, a going to the polling place option. Yeah, they're going to make it as easy as possible for you to vote. And they will have sessions for people who want to run and how it will work. And then they will have a training for the conveners that we will have. I am trying now. The interesting thing is that I was thinking if we were doing that, we could have one place in San Francisco, you know, where people would go. But no, that's not going to work. I have to have one in the city, San Francisco, and one in Daly City. And then I have to find a place in San Mateo. And then I have to find a place in Palo Alto. And it is really quite interesting because in some places there are unions that will let us be there. And in other places we have to rent a place that costs an awful lot of money. And we can't put them in the same place. So it's not a headache, but it's a very different way of doing it. Anybody else? Who was the last person?
Member Barry.
Hello, Member Barry.
Hi, Henny. In case I misheard as well, are you saying that candidates will be responsible for letting people know that this election is going on and getting that information to people?
Well, I will be getting things out to everybody. We will have something going out to have people registered to vote. There will be trainings, and as soon as I get that information, I will send it to Moises, and we will get it out to every club. We will get it out to everybody on the DCCC, and we will get it out to people who even do not belong to clubs, but who are Democrats. And if they want to vote, they can vote. And hopefully we'll make it easy for them to vote.
Well, thank you, Director Kelly. Really appreciate your time, and thank you, members, for those questions. I think if members have further questions, if they can reach out to Director Kelly directly,
sure.
That way we can make sure to problem solve some of the issues that may arise.
And as soon as I get all the information in a packet, I am going to send it out so that everybody here can have it. This is a really important thing because remember, what we are looking for is getting more grassroots people to be delegates. Not people that are appointed or people who are elected already, but people who are grassroots, and that's the way to make the party stronger. And I know you understand that, and I understand that. So that's what we're going to try to do. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Director Kelly.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time. All right. Thank you again, Democrats. We will now move on to item number 7, which is actually our first resolution for the evening and kind of follows the presentation on Medicare privatization that we had earlier, item number 6. So item number 7, and it may be appearing on your agendas, item number 8 is a resolution in opposition to the privatization of Medicare. I am the sponsor of this resolution. Colleagues, is there a motion to consider this item?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Member Thomas, seconded by Member Barry. Thank you, colleagues. I don't think that I could have said this any better than the presenters themselves, or as Director Kelly said earlier, but I was really shocked to hear that this was going on. I know that Republicans have been pushing for, small government and the privatization of many of our municipal and services and government benefits, and making for smaller government for decades. It has been a strong stance of their party, but I think for me personally, I never thought that we would actually see such a huge erosion of Medicare, which I believe is one of our best and most American institutions, taking care of our elderly who not only deserve this, but have earned it over a lifetime of contributing into this program. And I do, of course, know that there are issues with the program, that we need to find better ways of funding it. Sure, and we may even find ways of streamlining it. But I think one really important piece of this is that it not be privatized, because I think we've seen time and time again that when things go private, that profits are prioritized over people. And that is what government is supposed to do. It's supposed to be a check on that, a safeguard against that. And by providing healthcare, which I believe is a human right, that is, I think, allowing that to become privatized, I think, is incredibly dangerous and puts us on a slippery slope. Not to mention the fact that that would mean that a much larger portion of the money that is invested by many of these people over their lifetimes, instead of going directly into their care, goes towards corporate profits. And I do find that to be unacceptable. So I hope you will join me in signing on to this resolution opposing the privatization of Medicare and urging the end to the ACO REACH program. And at this time, I'd like to open it up to anyone else who'd like to make further comment. Member Barry.
Yes, I'd definitely like to be added as a sponsor to your resolution. Thank you for the information, but I do want to make a comment that it should be clear that during the presentation, it was mentioned that those that are underserved, it'll affect them. And I just wanted to say that it'll make it worse. Like, the underserved are already harmed by the medical system, regardless of paid or not type of care. And I just wanted to add that, to not think that us passing this and going against REACH will mean everything is all good, and that we still have a lot of work as far as equity in the medical field. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Barry. Absolutely. Vice Chair Braca.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. I think this is a no-brainer, and of course, I would vote to support this resolution. But furthermore, the medical industry in this country, they're some of the most profitable organizations in our country. And even just one item that I learned recently, the administrative costs for private medical, or I should say medical providers versus what Medicare pays is exponential. I think it's like 10 to 1. Also, one of the MacArthur Genius Award winners actually was on a forum recently, and I suggest that folks listen to that. She spoke about not only Medicare, but the medical services industry in general, and how the pharmaceutical companies have profited to the tune of, I think she said the most profitable drug in America right now is Humira, a biologic. And they made $100 billion with a B on that drug alone. And so it's not like they're not already making money, but to make that much money, and then the thought of them getting their hands on Medicare, the program, and how much they would abuse those administrative cost margins that the speaker spoke to, I just can't imagine. So it's very important that we do everything we can to preserve Medicare and not let it be privatized. That is all. And watch that MacArthur Genius, or listen to that. It's fascinating.
Thank you, Vice Chair Baraka. I don't see any other hands. So colleagues, can we have a motion on this item? Do we have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Seconded by
Senator Wiener's proxy.
Oh, thank you, Nima. Senator Wiener's proxy.
Thank you.
With that, colleagues, can we do this by acclamation? I believe we can. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Any abstentions?
Yeah, this is Naomi for Assemblymember Ting, and he is going to abstain.
All right, thank you. And then Mr. Lazarus?
Abstaining for Senator Feinstein.
Okay, thank you. All right, those two abstentions. Thank you. This resolution is adopted. We will now move on to, apologies, lost my place on the agenda. I believe it's item number 8. Oh no, 9. A resolution. Oh no, it is 8. Sorry, a resolution in opposition of District Attorney Brooke Jenkins' policies. And this item is brought forward by, it says the San Francisco Young Democrats, but I believe it's being brought forward by Recording Secretary Lee. Is that correct? Are you speaking to this item?
Yes, and I am trying to pull up some of my notes from this.
No worries. In the
But
meantime,
you know what, we heard from the
sorry, Recording Secretary Lee, before you do that, we actually have to make a motion to hear the item.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Is there a motion?
Motion to hear the item.
All right. Second? Second from Vice Chair Galata, and I believe the first was from, was it from Avalos?
That's right.
All right. Thank you so much. Recording Secretary Lee, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'll keep my remarks quite short on this. I saw the SF Young Democrats statement and saw that many of my fellow members on the DCCC were in support of that statement. And I thought it was really important for our body here to really uplift the voices of one of our registered or one of our charter Dem clubs, especially, the club that's representing young Democrats in our city, which are often, not given a seat at the table and not really listened to or heard. So I think SF Young Dems co-president Joy and the PAC chair Joshua have already spoken, I think, well to this, and the resolution really speaks for itself. One thing I will point out, though, along with DA Jenkins's new policy to consider and allow prosecutorial discretion to charge 16 and 17-year-olds charged with heinous crimes, to charge them as adults, I was a little bit concerned that the candidates that we have endorsed for district attorney have also actually expressed their support to keep prosecutorial discretion. That includes candidate John Hamasaki and Joe Alio Veronese. So this is clearly an issue of, regardless of what happens in November, that we have to be really diligent on, and really, holding our elected officials accountable. From where I stand, incarcerating youth and charging them as adults is not leading us to better outcomes. And I'm very concerned that this is really, I mean, the numbers of youth that are even being considered to be charged as adults is incredibly, incredibly low. So this is not even something that actually really happens in practice. And so just to have this as, an outward policy, it seems unclear, is this really about community safety? Is this really about welfare of our 16 and 17-year-olds? So I know others may want to speak on this, but I really urge you all to consider co-sponsoring and voting yes on this today, especially as it, is a vote to really uplift our young Dems in this town.
Awesome. Well, thank you for bringing this forward, Recording Secretary Lee. Member Barry, would you like to make comment? And then Member Raju.
Thank you, Chair. I actually would like to offer a friendly amendment as well as a comment. My friendly amendment, I discussed this when co-sponsoring this resolution with the sponsors that appear on it, and I requested that community of colors be replaced as Black and brown. And I see they added the Black and brown, but I would like communities of color removed, to just state as Black and brown communities continue to face the brunt.
I'm open to that amendment. Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Member Lee, and thank you, Member Barry. Member Raju.
Thank you. I also encourage supporting this resolution. Before I was elected to be the public defender, I personally represented the last child that the district attorney's office filed directly on in adult court. And I can tell you how heartbreaking it was every time I had to visit him. Every time I had to visit him in adult jail. Unfortunately, we went to trial. He was acquitted. The jury saw the truth of the matter. But it's to even have the thought, if you're a young person, that the district attorney may file against you, or you may be transferred up to adult court, is really terrifying, and it's not something we should be doing to our youth. It's just not, and that's an inhumane thing to do. And I applaud this resolution and encourage us all to support it.
Thank you, Member Raju. I just want to add my own comments to this as well, just as someone who has been a social worker for 20 years and worked with predominantly with youth, actually, that this is really disturbing. I don't think that it is fair or right to charge juveniles as adults in any situation. There is a clear developmental difference between children and adults. And, there is I cannot think of any reason why we would ever change and then choose to charge a child as an adult when we have an opportunity to help rehabilitate them. I mean, I think just as a society, we do need to rethink some of the ways in which we are perpetuating the mistakes of the past, and really take a close look at how we move forward into the future. And I don't think that charging juveniles as an adult is a step forward. I think it is a leap backwards. And so I too would like to be added as a co-sponsor. And thank you for bringing forward this resolution. And I don't see any new hands. Sorry, Member Barry, go ahead.
Yeah, I had a comment also on the actual resolution. Also in our resolution, it mentions about the new war on drugs with the 5-strike policy that this DA has put into place. And I want to just mention that we know that doesn't work. It's failed over and over. And it's also dishonest to the public as if it's going to solve the problem, you know, and help people. It's not. I went to the reentry meeting. There are 795 people in custody. 1,001 people were booked, but then 1,034 were released. So the release rate has went up 21% since last year. So it's basically the police are just arresting people left and right, spending the night in jail, spend maybe a week in jail. Public defender probably knows a little bit more on how long they stay, but it's just not going to be effective in getting people treatment. And then I just took it upon myself to just drive around and look for myself. And one part of the day on 9th and Mission, I saw a lot of people out that might be suspect to be users or whatnot. And later on that evening, they were all gone. I was like, wow, the police did a sweep, but then I just noticed they were around the corner. Same with Eddy Street. I was like, wow, you know, everybody's gone that people are complaining about, but then go around the corner on Hyde Street. And basically they're just pushing people around the block, not letting them sit. You know, they have to stand and push them and hurt them around. And that's not helping people with addiction. So I just hope that members will support this resolution and also be against someone that is giving a false sense of false message to the public that they're doing something when it's just a fear tactic. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Barry. Colleagues, do we have Member Tung?
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. I just want to say briefly that I am personally in support of alternatives to incarceration for youth and to make sure that we are thoughtful in approaching the way that we prosecute and rehabilitate people in San Francisco. I think San Francisco has long been a place where prosecutors are progressive, no matter under which administration. But I also feel that some of the statements that are made in the resolution are cherry-picked, inflammatory, and don't lend themselves to the nuance that is required when you are a prosecutor. So it's for those reasons that I will be voting no on this resolution. I will say that I know that the district attorney has engaged with many stakeholders and that I know that this is a new administration and it's an administration moving forward. And I know that she continues to be open to conversations with stakeholders. So thank you for allowing me to share my thoughts.
Thank you, Member Tung. We will now, members, is there a motion to adopt the resolution as amended?
So moved.
Thank you, Member Lovett. Is there a second?
Second.
I'm sorry, who was the, Keith, I think you came in second. Who was the first one?
That was me.
Vice Chair Galata, thank you. All right, colleagues, I think we can do this by acclamation. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Nay.
No.
No.
Tung. Who's the third?
Wiener.
Feinstein, Wiener,
Cohen.
And Cohen.
Mandelman.
Mandelman.
Maddox does say hello, though. Sorry.
Any
Abstain,
abstentions?
Spear.
Spear abstains.
Abstain.
Lacroix abstains. All right. Thank you, colleagues.
That I don't believe that was me.
I'm sorry. Who is
I
it
believe
that
that was
said?
for.
Sorry, it's Assemblymember Ting.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, Member
We just
Lacroix.
sound alike. That's all.
Thank you. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to guess the voice sometimes. Thank you. We will correct that for the record. Member Lacroix is in support. Member Ting is abstaining. Thank you. With that, the resolution passes and is adopted. We will now move on to our next agenda item. That is item number 9, I believe.
Or 10.
Or 10, depending, 10. Don't know what we're on right now. Resolution urging the Honorable Gavin Newsom, Governor of California, to grant Salesh Prasad a full pardon. And this is sponsored by Vice Chair or Recording Secretary Lee. Colleagues, do we have a motion to consider the item?
Chair Mahogany, I was wondering if I could make a motion that we do this by acclamation.
Absolutely. Well, are you which part are you voting to or suggesting we do by acclamation?
I'm assuming that there were no nays on this side.
Oh, we already approved the resolution as amended.
Oh, I apologize. I thought we were on the next item. My mistake. Sorry.
Oh, we are on item number 10, and we were just voting to consider the item.
Yes, I'm moving that item. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Catching up.
No problem. All right. So, was there a motion to consider the item?
So moved.
Thank you, Member Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
That was from Member Raju?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Recording Secretary Lee, the floor is yours.
Yes, so this resolution was brought forward to me by Carolyn Goosen, who works for our favorite public defender, Mano Raju, and fellow DCCC member. And this is really following a resolution that Supervisor Ronan had put forward at the Board of Supervisors that has also been approved by them. I will just start by saying, I don't think us voting on this today, which I expect we are going to vote on unanimously, is going to change Governor Newsom's mind whatsoever. With that said, I think that bringing awareness to the case of Salesh Prasad, to hear from him, hear from his nephew, and to hear the stories behind the actual individuals who are affected by really harmful policies our state continues, and for us to do whatever we can do in a variety of roles to increase awareness to Salesh's case, I think is incredibly important, which is one of the reasons why I brought this forward. And I'm really, really grateful for the number of folks who turned out. I really appreciate all the faith-based community leaders who also came to speak, as well as folks from Public Defender's Office. I didn't really know anything about Sal Prasad until Carolyn brought this to me. I read the stories about who he is, his background as being someone who immigrated to the U.S. at a very young age, the same as me. I was born in Hong Kong, moved to the U.S. when I was 2. As someone who is queer and someone who unfortunately committed a crime and had to go through the justice system and was incarcerated, as you heard, for 27 years. Sal has done his time. You heard from so many people about his character, his artistry, his activism, and how much he has really grown and changed during his time. This is, what we talk about when we talk about rehabilitation, things that we just talked about. And Now he, the moment he was released from prison, he was immediately detained by ICE. And as you've heard, he remains in custody after, well over a year. So I just want to read a little bit of a statement from Sal himself. And then I, open it certainly to Mano for Member Raju to say a few words too. So hello, my name is Sal Prasad. I would like to share a little bit about myself with you. Let me start with my childhood. I was made fun of a lot because of my race. I was called horrible, racist, vulgar names. I was different. I couldn't fit in. As a child, I was abused in many ways at home, both verbally and through physical beatings from family members. My inability to deal with my pain led me to make poor choices that led to someone's death. As a result, I was sentenced to prison at the age of 22. I have deep regret and remorse for what happened and am committed to making amends for the rest of my life. In prison, I educated myself first with a GED, a very proud moment for me. I didn't stop there. I went on to learn over a dozen vocational trades. I took welding, carpentry, electronics, roofing, and masonry. I went on to address my childhood trauma by getting involved with mental health programming, specifically therapy. I have now been in therapy for over 11 years. Even now, I see a therapist once a week, thanks to my attorney, Maddie Boyd, who we heard from. In 2020, the Board of Parole hearings found me suitable for release on parole, and Governor Newsom agreed with the board's recommendation to release me. However, on August 19th, 2021, instead of going home to my family, I was turned over to ICE. 39 days after I got here, my mom died. ICE denied my request to see her in the hospital as she was dying or attend her funeral, which broke my heart. I've now been in ICE custody for 14 months and fear being deported to a country I left nearly 45 years ago. A pardon will not erase the harm that I have caused, nor will it erase my lifelong commitment to making amends. A pardon will allow me to return home to my family so that I can continue to give back to my community. I hope to engage in anti-violence education with youth, teach art classes for youth who need an outlet, and support others who have experienced childhood sexual abuse. Thank you so much for this incredible opportunity. So I'll end my remarks there. I appreciate everyone's support today.
Thank you, Member Lee. I really appreciate you bringing this forward. Are there any other members who'd like to make comment on this item? Member Raju and then Member Berry.
Thank you so much, and I want to thank Member Lee for introducing this resolution. My office proudly represents Salesh Prasad in his immigration matters, and we're committed to fighting for his freedom. Mr. Prasad is a beloved uncle, brother, artist, and LGBTQ community member from Modesto, California. At the young age of 22, Mr. Prasad was sentenced to prison and was incarcerated for nearly 3 decades. During this time, he worked incredibly hard at his rehabilitation and made a lifelong commitment to make amends for the harm he has caused. For example, he learned vocational trades, including carpentry, masonry, drywall, roofing, flooring, electrical, plumbing, and welding. He completed his GED and took on college courses. As a survivor of domestic and sexual violence, Mr. Prasad actively participated in therapy to heal from his childhood PTSD. As a testament to his rehabilitation and remorse, Mr. Prasad was found suitable for release on parole. However, his release date in August of 2021, on that date, CDCR voluntarily transferred him to ICE for indefinite detention and deportation to Fiji, a country he left at the age of 6. Mr. Prasad seeks a pardon from Governor Newsom to prevent his deportation and to be allowed to remain in this country with his family and with his community. Many people in my office, not just his legal team, have come to know Mr. Prasad because of his magnetic personality, his kindness, and his beautiful artwork. I respectfully request that you support this resolution, and I also want to thank Supervisor Ronan for authoring a similar resolution in July at the Board of Supervisors. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Raju. Member Berry.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Member Lee, for bringing this resolution to our attention and understanding the urgency of it. And thank you to Public Defender Raju for your office being on top of this. And I'm so glad he has your support. I just wanted to add my 2 cents that I've sat on many parole hearings in my career, past career. And when someone gets granted parole, they jump through some hoops to finally get that accomplished. A lot of times they get denied over and over, get told come back in 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, back and forth. They go almost discipline free. I believe I don't know, 30, 40, 30 years, I think he's been locked up. And to go that long without a serious violation, I know I wouldn't make it a year without getting a violation, but he's put in a lot of work. So I really have faith, like our past Governor Brown said, if the parole board grants someone parole, let them do their job, you know. And I think they have with this man. And to add in the difficulty he will have returning back to a country he hasn't lived in since he was a child, and with the layer of being queer, that just makes it more of an urgent matter. And I would like to, I think this urge, we can really push this urge. I think Governor Newsom does listen. I look at some things that don't make the headlines that he's done. I've met several people who been paroled that Newsom has approved release, which is different than pardon, but and they're thriving and really giving back to the community. So I hope this passes. I'm pretty sure it will with this body, but thank you again to Member Lee and to Public Defender Roger.
Thank you, Member Berry. Vice Chair Braca.
And this question might be through the chair. And I'm sure this is something that the parole board took in consideration before saying this person was a great candidate for parole. I was just wondering what the voice of the victims of the crime, and if I'm not asking any specifics around the crime, but I'm wondering if the victims of the crime are fine with, would be fine with us advocating for something like this as well.
Are we asking this of the sponsor? I'm not sure exactly.
Or whoever, well, the question is, with the victims, have the victims had an opportunity to weigh in on this advocacy for this gentleman? I'm just curious.
Yeah, that's a good question. Member Lee, are you able to respond to that?
I don't know the answer to that, so I would ask maybe if our public defender, or I know there's some folks still listening on the line, if they have more information about the case. I know that generally for parole hearings, that's often taken into account.
Member Raju, do you have any information on this?
Yeah, I would echo, in fact, the comments earlier by Member Berry, the victims in any scenario at the parole hearing are absolutely taken into account. So that was taken into account in the initial decision to release.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you providing that information. And thank you, Vice Chair Braca, for the question. I think it was a good one. And I don't see any hands for any of the attendees. So hopefully that can suffice for now, but yeah, it's a very good question. Are there any more comments, colleagues?
No, well, I'll move this item for approval if someone will second.
Is there a second? All right, Member Avalos. I believe we can do this by acclamation. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Spear abstain.
Senator Feinstein abstains.
Chair Cole
Abstain.
abstains.
Member Tung.
Assemblymember Ting abstains.
All right, thank you so much. The motion or the resolution passes. We'll now move on to our final agenda item or final resolution, which is a resolution commending and honoring Brian Perkins for his distinguished service to the San Francisco Democratic Party. And this is a resolution that Executive Director Garcia and myself have brought forward. Colleagues, can I get a motion to consider the item?
So moved.
Thank you, Member Thomas.
Second.
Second by Vice Chair Galata. I do have some talking points that I'd like to provide, and then I'd like to open it up to the rest of you for any comments you'd like to make. But when Jackie Spear ran for the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors in 1980, challenging Jim Fitzgerald, a 20-year incumbent, Congresswoman Spear herself said, "Nobody, not even me at times, really thought I had a shot." But she had a tremendous grassroots campaign bolstered by dozens of volunteers who have been with her since she was first elected and stuck with her through each campaign of her political career. In her autobiography, she actually says, "When we were stuffing envelopes one night, a young man walked in wearing a suit, spoke with familiarity about campaigns, and had with him a check for $100. The professional attire and enormous sum of money were so out of step with our grassroots atmosphere that we entertained the idea that he had been sent over by one of the other candidates to snoop around. His name is Brian Perkins, and he's been a devoted part of the core crew for every election since." If our records are accurate, Brian Perkins was first appointed as Congresswoman Jackie Spear's proxy to the SFDCCC in 2011 and has ably represented her as well as the people of the city and county of San Francisco and the constituents of District 12 and District 14 to this day. So for those many years of service to this party, and I can attest that he has not only attended these meetings, but also shows up at mobilizations, including voter registration events, and goes above and beyond the duties of a proxy. I just wanted to present this resolution, which is the very least we could do to honor your years of service. So thank you again, Mr. Perkins, for everything you have done. And we hope you won't be a stranger and will continue to join us every once in a while.
Well, thank you, Chair Mahogany. It's a wonderful resolution. It's been a wonderful experience as well. It's been an honor to represent Congresswoman Spear. And actually, people ask how long I've worked for. I've worked for her for 22 years, but as you point out, I've known her for 42 years. So we've kind of grown up together. And we have a lot of shared experiences. But one of the great experiences has been serving on the Central Committee. And I actually serve on two. So it's almost a social science experiment. I get to watch San Francisco and San Mateo. And any rate, it's a remarkable, San Francisco Democratic Central Committee is a remarkable institution with a lot of wonderful people. And I know things get hot and heavy sometimes, but that's free speech in action. And that's what we need. And so thank you all for the honor of serving with you as well, and for the time that you spend in getting to know the issues and helping out in the community as well.
Thank you again, Mr. Perkins. We really appreciate you. Vice Chair Galata.
Thank you, Chair Mahogany. And I just wanted to personally just also share my appreciation to you, Brian, for just your collegiality and just always being just a constant presence here, representing the Congresswoman, but also just as an individual as well, and as a proud Democrat. And just thank you for your service. I also, on behalf of District 1 Supervisor Connie Chan, would like to present to you on behalf of the Board of Supervisors of the City and County of San Francisco, a certificate of honor, which if I can screen share briefly, I don't have the physical, but I'd love to screen share and just read this certificate on, and I'm very happy to be presenting this on behalf of Supervisor Chan. So this is a certificate of honor recognizing you, Mr. Brian Perkins, for your outstanding service to Congresswoman Jackie Spear and for your decades of dedication and commitment to improving the lives and livelihoods of the constituents of Districts 12 and 14. And the Board of Supervisors extends its highest commendation and appreciation of your work.
Thank you so much, Member Galata. And I ironically had a chance to work with Supervisor Chan's office just a week and a half or so ago. So on a constituent matter. Thank you so much for your comments as well. And thank the supervisor, please.
Thank you. Member Thomas.
I just want to echo the comments of Vice Chair Galata and the chair in expressing my joy and gratitude of working with you, Brian, especially over the last year as we worked together on the event honoring Jackie Spear. I think that you've just proven how invaluable and the wisdom that you have from that experience, letting us know how things can be done as efficiently and who to talk to. It really just was a wonderful experience, and you will absolutely be missed, and definitely come by and visit anytime. Love having you around.
Thank you, Member Thomas. I have to just reiterate, Jackie Spear loves a party and a good party, and she loved that party. That was a great party. Anybody that could put together a party like that, you folks know how to do it. Thank you so much.
So I'll take it the San Francisco Democratic Party does it better. Just kidding.
Oh. I'm not going to rate party givers. I'm the last person to do that, and I'm the last person to give a great party. So I'll just say everybody's great.
Awesome. Thank you. Member Barry.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to say thank you for your service, Mr. Perkins. I've enjoyed being on this body with you. I hope that the feeling is mutual, but I just wanted to point out one of your characteristics that touch me the most and that I would like to incorporate and dig deep in my life to implement, which is your grace. You have so much grace, and I just really wanted to point that out and not be too fluffy with the words, but thank you for your grace.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Member Barry. And can I also point out that I've learned a great deal from you too. I've been sitting here quietly listening to your life story and to what you and to how you speak. And I don't always agree with what you say, but boy, I sure do respect you for for the way in which you speak and the things that you believe in deeply. Good luck to you.
All right, colleagues. Well, with that, may I have a motion to approve the agenda item?
So I abstain on this?
Oh. Well, I hope Congresswoman Spear wouldn't abstain on this one.
Okay.
All right. I think I heard a so moved from Member Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
And who was that?
Lacroix this time.
Vice Chair Lacroix. I wanted to clarify. I think we can do this by acclamation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Well, the resolution passes unanimously. Congratulations and thanks again. We really appreciate all you've done for us, Mr. Perkins.
Thank you so much, Chair Mahogany. It's been a wonderful experience.
With that, we are now at item number 12 or 11 on the adjusted agenda, which is new business. Colleagues, is there any new business folks would like to bring forward at this time? Seeing no hands, we will now move on to our final item, which is, Vice Chair Galata.
Sorry, Chair Mahogany, thank you. Just a question about upcoming meeting schedule. If we are planning to host meetings in November and December of the party, or if we will be planning to reconvene in January of 2023. I know traditionally the party does not often meet in November and December, so I wasn't sure if we had made a decision on our meeting.
Thank you for asking. You know, we were holding for a potential special meeting that we may have to, well, it wouldn't be special, it would be regularly scheduled meeting that we would have. Currently, there is no plan to have a meeting in November and December, and we are planning on meeting in January, but depending on what happens, we may need to have a meeting over the next 2 months. So we will let you know, but for now, there is no meeting planned for November and December. So we do hope that people will join us for our holiday party and volunteer celebration in December as well. But thank you for that reminder. This may be our last meeting in 2 months. I'm sure they will fly by, but you know, I do wish you all the best in the meantime, and hopefully we can get through these next 2 weeks all together. with that, it is now time for our last item, which is adjournment. Are there any in memoriams people would like to offer at this time?
Yeah. On Monday, a community member in District 8 and in Noe Valley, Peter Galata, suddenly passed away. He was the co-founder of the Noe Valley Farmers Market, which was set up in order to protest the anti-unionization efforts at Whole Foods, which opened on 24th Street. And so it was offered as an alternative to support merchants and activate that space. He passed away suddenly, and it's very sad to lose such a wonderful, colorful, entertaining, sarcastic, hilarious community member. So yeah, just
Thank you, Jack. You said Peter Galata. I wonder if that was a
so
slip.
sorry. I'm so sorry. It's been a long day. Peter Gable. I'm so sorry.
That's
Peter
okay.
Galata, you're just always in my thoughts. What can I say?
Not to make light of it. I was just wondering if it was April Fool's again, like what was happening. But,
We just saw Peter.
I
That
know.
was quick.
No.
Glad you're alive, Peter.
No, but thank you. Was it Peter Gleb?
Gable, Gable.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? All right. Well, then in Peter Gable's memory, we will adjourn tonight's meeting. Thank you, everybody, and have a good rest of your night.
Vote.
Please vote.
Thank you.
Bye.